Welcome all. Today I'm going to begin a new series in Minecraft Hardcore with a twist. No chest. My inventory is all I got. However, I will allow myself to use a shulker box once I have them available. I got this idea from Ultimate Iron Man game mode from RuneScape. Let's get this adventure on the road. For the first day, I start with gathering wood. Not too much, because I have to make sure I watch my inventory. I came across a cave that looked promising. Might be where I spend much of my time for the first few days. I make sure I have the basic pick. Can't go far without it. I gathered the cobblestone needed to quickly upgrade. There is some sweet looking iron sitting right behind me. I dive right into gathering raw materials. Iron and cobblestone. Here we have me make my first furnace. Won't be my last. Then I gather coal. I will need lots of coal if I want to survive. Slowly, I start feeling a little more prepared for this dangerous world. I then create my favorite tool, the shears. I know my first target is close by. I shear it and go off to see what I can find. I come back and shear it again. While mining, I hear it. A loud crunch. There it was. So I sheared it again. Finally, getting into stronger equipment. That's sweet iron. This cave was fantastic for starting out. There was tons of iron. Let's see how much I get. I keep finding myself shearing this gray sheep. Just a couple times. Not too much. Okay, just quite a bit. Now it's time to get some fish for food. Can't survive for long without food. We can't forget about my gray friend. He just keeps on giving. With the iron armor created, it's time to start looking like a real adventure. We make a bed, and then we end our night. That was day one. Waking up, I get right back to work. More gear and more exploring. Seems like the luck with this cave has come to an end, so it's time to get a move on. Watching this over, I noticed I forgot to say goodbye to someone. Farewell, friend. It's time to put together a boat to make traveling that much easier. I found some cows that I wanted to put to sleep so that I could gain some substantial food for the travels ahead. This is my first time coming across a warm ocean biome. The biome is very beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. I gotta do something with this in the future. I came across an underwater ravine that was a lovely world generation to see. I did jump into the water, but it was just pitch black, so I had cut that out. More coal and cows. How could that go wrong? I was shearing some sheep in a field, and then a nasty sound came from below me. It was time to find out where the spawner was. I made sure to mark the spot where I heard the sound, and then I headed off to bed. That was pretty much the end of day 2. Next morning, I found some pumpkins that I planned to use for a food source. Off in the distance, I spotted a nice bit of treasure for myself. I haven't seen one yet. Nothing great, but I did come across a silk touch hoe. I wonder what I'm going to use this for. Made sure to grab the magma blocks for future work. They're going to take up a spot, but I feel like they're going to be worth it in the end. Now it's time to go spelunking in this cave that I found. I set up my camp to start working with the materials. I want to finish off my armor. Looks funny without a helmet. I compress the coal down to make sure that I am utilizing my inventory. Every spot counts for myself. Now I head back to the spawner that I heard earlier. It was anticlimactic to see nothing had spawned. However, this made it super easy for myself to stop the spawning, and it's something to work with in the future. Maybe if I come back. I checked the caves for baddies, then got to looting. I did get myself a name tag out of the second one. That's an awesome find in my book. It was time to go back to the surface and take a nap. On to day 4. Day 4. I heard the same hiss. Could it be a second mob spawner in such a short distance? One way to find out. I came across my first creature for the series. I'm excited to show you guys what I have planned for these guys, but I won't talk about it until the next episode. I start digging around just to see if I can find the spawner. It has to be here somewhere. Nope, it's just a spider playing games with me. I took him out, and then I kept moving on. In a cave, there was this dangerous duo, a skeleton and a creeper. How were they going to find a way to get me? Sadly for them, they were both obsolete due to the fact that I had my shield and was ready to go. However, all of a sudden, a random buddy decided to come and help me out. I wish I had something to tame him. In honor of the dog that came and saved me, we're gonna name him Jeffrey. We'll see you later, Jeffrey. I go through the cave and I gather up a little bit of resources. I started leaving the cave and I heard this beautiful sound, and then there was this amazing sight. A wandering trader? How did he get behind me? I don't know, but we gotta see what he has. Nothing. To be fair, I don't have any emeralds, so I have nothing either. There's only one way to settle this. He has something I want.
Quack.
I'm just gonna cover this with a veil. I did see some lovely rope that he decided to drop. Maybe I'll be able to use it in the future. On day 5, I came across my first fox. They're adorable. I seriously cannot believe I've never come across these, and I haven't even seen any photos of these guys. Maybe one day I'll find myself making a base around these areas. But for now, I'm looking for a jungle biome, so I'm going to continue on my journey. I decided to cut up a couple more cows. I don't think steak is a healthy balance if that's the only thing you eat. While wandering around, I did come across a very frightening sight. The forest started burning down. So, of course, Fireman Nerd has to be on the case. It turns out, water's still super crappy when it comes to taking care of any fires. So, time to punch everything and grab out the fireman's axe and break some logs. After saving the forest to end day 5, I decided to sleep with some friends. Waking up on day 6, I felt the cows and they felt a little more tender. They were just right for the killing. I do feel a little dirty for doing that. While rowing on my journey to find a jungle, I came across a guardian temple. I made sure to jot down the coordinates in my handy dandy notebook. I can't take it on right now. I'm a little undergeared, but in the future, I definitely plan to come back. And then I saw it, a sunken boat. This is actually my first time coming across one in Minecraft. There will be many firsts in this series, and I'm very excited to see what Minecraft has come up with. I take advantage of what Minecraft Java Edition has to offer. Door water pockets, the best thing to exist. Then we have it, our first buried treasure. I have no idea how to find this, but let's go find it. After spending a couple minutes looking, I finally came across it. Now, I'm not really happy to say this, but it took me way too long to figure out how to find this. I had so much footage that I feel like it was about 20 minutes. I'm just going to chunk it down, and I'm not even going to show the embarrassing parts. So, looked in the ocean, couldn't find it. At least I have a nice comfy bed at my camp. On day 7, it's back to work on trying to find that treasure. I'm happy to say I found my first buried treasure. Treasure! After this find, it was time to pack up camp and move on to our next location. I came across another sunken boat. Time to look for our buried treasure map. Darkness was coming, and I haven't found it yet. Our first chest, not pretty, but hey, we know we have more chests in here. Let's go to bed and wake up. For day 8, I woke up and I had a lovely view. It was time to start looking for that buried treasure map. I didn't find it the first one, the second one had it. Let's forget about what was in the first one. Traveling to where the location was a lot easier, and finding it was much quicker. I think I know what I'm doing now. I didn't find much else out there, so I decided to pick a spot and go to sleep. As for day 9, I decided to end my adventure for this episode. I look forward to continuing this adventure with all of you. If you did enjoy the content, make sure to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to continue watching. I plan to upload an episode once a week if I'm able to. If you have any recommendations for this series, please do leave a comment in below. Or if you saw something that you liked or would recommend doing differently, let me know as well. I look forward to creating this content for you. I've never done a hardcore run, And to have myself restricted this way just makes it more interesting to myself. I hope you all have a lovely day and be the best you that you can be.